Suddenly, an elephant wearing a scarf jumped out and said, "Give me your condom or else." Being condom. Oh, this hurts. Oh, that's not the story. Ryan, we have to get through this.
What's going on? Welcome to another installment of Chaos and Commentary. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Jordan. Let's get into it. Today we have a lot of fun stuff we're going to do today. We're going to do some Mad Libs. We have some insane dilemmas, and I've already read them, and I'm trying not to feel because they're so ridiculous.
I've only read 2 of them, and I am in awe. I can't wait to see what the third one is.
So I hope for everyone's sake that these are not real and people are punking us because they're insane. And then we're also
going to find out
about the Gabby Petito. We're going to talk about the documentary that just came out on Netflix, was it?
Yes, it was Netflix. Yep.
So we're going to get into all of that. So stay tuned. Here we go.
Let's do this. All right, so we got to get into Netflix new documentary series about Gabby. It was wild.
Oh my God, I learned a lot because like TikTok and social media, like wires get crossed and one person says one thing and another says another, and it's like I don't have time to read this like court document thing.
I feel like it's like mainstream media and any type of media for that matter. They always just take like almost like hot take cuts of things.
Yes.
And then cookie cutter it together and you're like so excited and you're like, what the hell? This is stupid. I'm just blown away. First of all, that anyone has the money yet again at that age to just buy a truck, head on off and travel the world, travel the US and go to this national park and that national park and document it and then spend all day editing and doing all these things. And
well, here's the crazy part. So for that part specifically, I didn't realize, I thought the whole time that those two were like on the go, they had been recording and posting and all of these things. One thing I didn't realize is that when it comes to like her documenting everything, I thought that had been going on already. But at the very end of this documentary, spoiler alert, it's not really a spoiler if you followed the case. Probably I just didn't follow it closely enough. But they only posted one video on YouTube. I thought this was a whole thing. I thought like she was super popular because of her YouTube channel. I thought she was a big influencer girl who was driving around with her boyfriend. I thought this was, not that it's not a big deal. It is a big deal and it's awful what happened. But I just had a different expectation, I guess.
And he totally seems like the all-American boy next door type. I mean, a little bit older than her. And I know her parents, like, in the thing weren't thrilled about that. Yeah, I mean, he seemed like the boy next door. Like, super nice guy. Parents, again, were a little about his age, but then they just did this whole thing. And, you know, she's doing all this stuff. She's calling her mom all the time, texting, and then nothing happens. And then, you know, the old ex-boyfriend feels like if I had taken that call, she'd still be alive. You can't live your life in the what if, no matter what. You know, I don't live that way. I have no regrets. You know, everything you do in life brings you to where you are. And you have to fail and make mistakes to achieve success.
Absolutely.
And to move forward. So, but yeah, I don't know. And then the other friend, was very jealous of that girl.
Yeah,
he seemed to be a little more into her than just being a friend, in my opinion.
Honestly,
she was a little, a little, you know, a little scissor action potentially. I didn't say that.
No,
I mean, no judgment. Like, get it, girl. But I mean, it's tragic what happened to her. What did they call them? Not RVers. There was like a term.
Van lifers?
Was it van lifers?
Or van, like are you talking about the really spiritual looking chick who had like...
Yeah.
Oh, it was like the name of the community. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
But another thing that I had a misconception about, again, it could have been because someone on social media said it or I just misinterpreted, but I always thought that they found her like kind of off a cliff and down below.
That too, and that wasn't the case.
Yeah, that he strategically placed her
It just,
and took her boots off and set them next to her, like as if she fell asleep there or
and then he took,
fell asleep.
yeah, it made no sense to me whatsoever. You know, I mean, Siri or Alexa could have given you a better idea of where to put them on.
Literally.
You know, not to make light of the tragic event, but let's keep this realistic.
Well, let's talk about like his demise. Let's talk about Brian Laundrie's demise because that whole situation like is really, I mean, a parent would never want to see their child pass away, obviously.
No, I can't even imagine.
Really weird that they were the ones who found him. Specifically, they were the ones who came up on his body when they were looking in that marshy area.
Oh, they knew.
But like how, like what did they just say, hey dad, I'm gonna go do, you know what? And
I think his mom, I think he freaked out.
uh-huh.
And because his mom had wrote that letter being like, I always got you, you're my baby, blah, 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 blah. I think that she helped him get rid of her body. And honestly, I think she helped put him out of his misery. I truly do.
Do you think she like flew there or like what do you think?
Who knows? Who knows?
Or like because they had like an hour-long conversation. So he probably did it and was like, oh my God, mom, what do I do?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at all these murders, right? Like you look at the one with why am I drawing a blank? Like Aaron Hernandez and the Patriots, and you look at O.J. Simpson, Lacey Peterson.
Or what's the one in Colorado? The
All-American Murder or something like that.
With the wife and the two girls, and she was pregnant.
Yeah. So you look at all these, and we're in 2025. I mean, some of these obviously were from a long time ago, but there's so many like, is this possible? Is this possible? And now you watch all these documentaries, and it was like, if this had been processed correctly, or that had been processed correctly, why wasn't this entered into evidence? And this was, and this wasn't. It just blows my mind. Like, do I think O.J. Simpson did it? I truly,
that one.
I did. I don't think he did it. We're going to get back to Gabby. I don't think he did it. I think he paid someone to do it. I truly do. I think he knew I knew exactly how it was going to be done, but I think he paid one of his boys to do it.
Interesting.
Yeah. And just like Lacey Peterson, I basically think the same thing about Scott. Do you know who Lacey Peterson is?
I know I should know, and for some reason it's not.
She was pregnant with this kid, and she was found like in a lake or a river, wherever they're at, and I guess she used to fish up there. It'd be gross. But there's so much more evidence when you watch these documentaries and these other shows and whatnot that potentially could show like he might not have done it. You know, and then you look at like the Menendez murders.
Yeah.
You know, those two dudes totally did it.
Definitely did it. Absolutely. And yeah.
Now, did you watch the new one? So what's wild to me is after all these things and everything that they went through, like you get these people that plead insanity and whatever, like, I don't know. It just amazes me some of the things that people get off with.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know, your parents sucked, maybe. That sucks. That's life. Sometimes life is not always perfect. I, as a parent, am not always perfect.
Right.
I would hope that would never give my daughter a reason to want to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
I would hope. But I mean, does trauma level out?
Well, it's like the Gypsy Rose thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, obviously that's not my call, but it's like, did you exhaust all your options? I mean, like I can't justify murder. I just can't do it. But it's also, it makes you think. It does. Makes you think. And, you know, people are going to have an opinion one way or the other, or maybe not at all. I'm trying not to because I just don't want anyone to yell at me. Don't yell at me.
Stop yelling at me. No, but back to Gabby. You know, there's just so much weird evidence and weird things that were done with that. Like, and her parents were so, like, they were just so shitty about everything. And didn't want to cooperate with the police at all, or you know, contact our lawyer. Like you didn't contact our lawyer. Where's your girlfriend? Why do you have the truck she bought? You bum. Like, I mean, that pissed me off. I just thought it was disgusting.
Yeah, like when she was working at Taco Bell, what the was he doing? Because he was all pissed off that she had a job at Taco Bell and that she was living her life. What was he doing? Just sitting at home hiking?
Probably planning their next murder with this psychotic bitch of a mother. I mean, really though. And the dad just seemed like he was pilled out for a ride. Like mom ran the roost. Like straight serial mom. It was, I don't know. It's so crazy.
Did you
No,
watch? You didn't watch the Ruby Frank one, did you?
I have not yet.
Okay, we'll have to get into that one
We will
later.
get it. I am going to check that out in the next couple days.
It's not at all what I thought. Like I knew it was bad, like child abuse wise, but I didn't understand how she got to that point. And it really like I don't know, it opened my eyes a little bit, and not in a way of like, oh, I get it. No, 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 no. This lady's awful. But yeah, anyway, we'll talk.
I think we just in general need to realize like people are that bad sometimes. Like we always like to see the world with rose-colored glasses on and think that everybody's wonderful, but unfortunately they're not.
But you
know,
like the good people.
Yeah, you try to see the good in people. You think about even what was that young boy's name? Was it Gabriel Hernandez or Fernandez? And the police kept doing wellness checks, and the parents were like burning cigarettes into his arm, and eventually they killed him. He was super young. He was like 7 or 8, if I remember right. And that was on Netflix.
Did you ever read A Child Called It?
Yeah, that sounds super familiar.
I read it in elementary school because I somehow got my parents to buy it for me. It is one of the worst. I mean, with the exception of people who have, kids who have died, but at the time, it was like from like a 6th grader, which I should not have read this book, but I did. And it was about, so this little boy and the mom like chose him to pick on, but he put the other 2 kids on a pedestal. And she would make this kid eat dirty diapers. She put him in a bathroom with like ammonia in there. And so to the point where he was smart enough at that age to put his face down by the vent and breathe so he didn't die. She stabbed him at one point and she like took care of him and everything. She made him sit on his hands on the stairs for hours and hours and hours at a time. She starved him to the point where he was stealing food at the like the grocery store and shit. Like it was awful. And then, then there's 2 other books, something with the word about a boy or something like that. And then the next one is A Man Named Dave. And it kind of talks about how he kind of worked through that trauma because he does eventually get away, spoiler alert. But it
Thank God for him. That's awesome. Glad he got away.
Terrible.
It's not a situation that I would want to be on in any capacity whatsoever. All right, let's lighten this note up. That was very depressing, but sometimes you just got to talk about the real world and reality.
Yeah.
So, all right. What we got next?
Should we do some Mad Libs?
We should play Mad Libs. Okay. Just for shits and giggles.
Do you want to go first or should I go first?
That is up to you.
Okay, I'll ask you the questions first.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. Give me a plural noun.
Well, what is the thing called?
Oh, yeah. So yours is called cellular phones.
Cellular phones.
That's all I got.
All right, cool.
So a plural noun.
A plural noun. That's multiple, right?
So like houses.
Okay. Boobies.
Like it. That's a thing. Adjective.
Grotesque.
Look at you with words. I spelled that right. A verb ending in ing.
Vomiting.
Is that what you were doing this weekend? Hey,
no, I did not do that over the weekend. No.
Give me a noun.
Justin Bieber.
Verb.
It's an adverb.
I don't remember. Google it.
Oh,
I don't know.
Neither do I. Adverb, a word or phrase that modifies or qualifies an adjective. Word group expressing a relation of a place, time.
Ask for an example. You guys, we're just tired, okay? This isn't for real. Just so you know. Like, we're tired. We've had a long day.
An example of an adverb is the word quickly in the sentence, she ran quickly.
Okay, that makes sense. So it describes what you're doing.
Getting moist.
I don't know if that works here, but we're going to go with it.
All right, sounds good. I love the M word.
I'm going to leave it, even if it doesn't make sense. Part of the body.
Your weenus.
Weenus. I have a friend, she'll walk up to me all the time. She'll be like, weenus. Yeah. Plural noun. I need 2 of them, actually.
Ding-dongs.
Dongs.
And Pringles.
Pringles. Those are both stacks, right?
Yeah.
Just checking. While we're on this, why don't you give me 2 more?
Vasectomies. Hood rats.
That's a good one. Hood rats. Okay. Adverb. Let's try this one again. It's the last adverb on here. So quickly, haste. I can't just say words that mean fast. Hold on.
Make haste.
Sample.
Hasty.
Pasties?
No. Haste.
Or like here, I'm gonna give you a couple more examples just to help us out.
Carefully. How about carefully?
Okay, there you go. Then we're getting somewhere.
All right.
All right, adjective.
Smashing.
Flashing good time. Was not even okay. Give me another one.
Jolly good. No.
Good.
Is that a describing word?
No, but it's fun.
No. But it's funny. Well, we'll use that one later. Describing word. Humiliated.
I think it's humiliating, right?
Stinky.
Stinky. There you go.
Or steak.
Yep. 2 nouns. 3 nouns. Sorry. 4 nouns. That's not.
Jordan.
Hey, that's me.
Ryan.
Hey, that's you.
You.
You?
Paris. Leaf blower.
Wait, this is gonna get dirty. All right, I need 2 separate numbers.
10.
Okay.
And 3.
3. Okay.
It's my little one's birthday.
A verb ending in ing.
Dicking.
Dicking.
Dicked.
And then and then part of the body.
Uvula.
All right. Yeah, boobies, penis, uvula. All right, are you ready for that?
Absolutely.
Oh my God, these aren't real.
These. We can't see you. Julian, you're invisible.
Julian!
Gabby!
Julian! I'm right here.
I'm right here. All right.
And now a story about cellular phones. A recent survey informs us that 1 out of every boobies owns a grotesque phone. Fortunately, vomiting over a mobile Justin Bieber in recent years has improved getting moist. Today, weenus-held ding-dongs are all the rage. In restaurants, you find many Pringles talking carefully into their smashing phones as they eat their Jordan. Oh, wait, let me reread that one. In restaurants, you find many Pringles talking carefully into their smashing phones as they eat their Jordan. 10% of American vasectomies place their Paris calls from their cars as they are dicking to and from their home office or Ryan.
Challenge accepted.
Walking and talking are now the in leaf blower to do. Over 3% of Americans walk our stinky streets with a handful of hood rats pressed against their uvula.
No! No, do that again!
No!
Okay, that again.
Over 3% of Americans walk our stinky streets with a handheld... Oh my God, sorry. Let me start over. This is so hard. Over 3% of Americans walk our stinky streets with a handheld hood rats pressed against our uvula.
It's beautiful.
Jesus. I love it. That's it. That's
Oh
it.
my God, that was great.
All right, my turn.
All right. Let's see. This is going to be called a wedding to remember. I need an adjective. I need another adjective.
Sandy.
Sandy Beach. I need a color.
Periwinkle.
Another color.
And like the
What?
crayon. Like the crayon. Okay, fine. I'll give you a regular one. Green.
Great color.
Yep.
I need a noun.
Desk. I'll get more creative, I promise.
An emotion.
A what?
An emotion.
Anxiety.
I need another noun.
Britney Spears.
And another noun.
Mr. Pibb.
Mr. What?
Pibb.
Like P-I-B?
You don't know what Mr. Pibb is? Hold the phone. You don't know what Mr. Pibb is?
What's Mr.
You never had Pibb?
No, what is that?
It's better than Dr. Pepper.
I love Dr. Pepper. It's like my favorite soda.
This is my favorite hangover drink ever in life, and it's hard to find.
Is it loaded with caffeine?
This is 0, but yeah, it has caffeine in it. But it's 0, whatever. Anyway, sorry, I had to.
All good. All right, I need an adjective.
An adjective, flowy.
Flowy.
No, flowy with an F, like Frank.
Flowy.
Yeah.
I need a verb.
Axe murdering.
Axe murdering.
That's a thing. People do it.
The thing. An adjective.
Circular.
A noun.
Ladybug.
Plural noun. 2 of them.
Plural noun.
Yeah.
Pasties. And tampons.
I need a shape.
Trapezoid.
I need an adjective.
Grainy.
Verb.
Verb. Tickling.
Titillating.
No.
An adjective.
No, like tickling.
I know. Yeah. Adjective.
Adjective. Smoldering. Is that a verb? Yeah, like a
An adjective. It's describing word.
Yeah.
Smoldering. Like
like smoldering fire. Yeah.
Plural noun. 2 of them.
2 plural nouns. Bass player. Wait, no, that's not plural.
That wouldn't work.
What am I thinking? Get rid of that. I think of something gross. Plural noun. Titties.
It is. Another plural noun.
Just coming up with this stuff on the spot. Okay, another plural noun. No. Johnny Cash. No, that has to be plural.
No, it'd have to be Johnny Cash's.
No, okay, I don't like that. I want to think of mushrooms.
Adjective.
Smooth.
And a plural noun.
Protein shakes.
No comment. All right, a wedding to remember. One sunny, gooey afternoon, the big day finally arrived. The sandy couple, dressed in periwinkle and green, stood at the end of the desk as their family and friends cheered. The ceremony was filled with anxiety, as the officiant declared, "I now pronounce you Britney Spears and Mr. Pitt." No, it worked. The couple sealed the deal with a flowy kiss that made everyone axe murder in delight. At the reception, the circular cake stole the show. It was shaped like a ladybug and topped with pasties.
Were the pasties the spots? I should have put tasseled pasties.
Titty tassels. The guests were so impressed that they yelled out, "Grainy!" The highlight of the evening was the first dance. The couple twirled like tampons on the dance floor. Everyone joined in forming a trapezoid around the happy pair. By the end of the night, even the smoldering guests were up and tickling. It was a smooth day full of titties, laughter, and mushrooms.
So they were high.
Hey, as the couple left for their honeymoon, everyone waved their protein shakes. I bet they did. There's one behind you, too.
I know.
Oh, my God. Jesus. That was great.
It's like, I don't want to do another one.
Let's do another one.
Let's do another one and see if they get better.
Okay.
Like, we had some good ones, but
That was good. It was a smooth day full of titties, laughter, and mushrooms. Sounds like a good time. Just kidding. I don't do drugs.
want to do the wild adventure.
Yeah, let's do the wild adventure.
Right, adjective.
Rough.
Place.
My anus.
Love it. Rough anus. Sound.
Yeah.
Good one. Okay, I'll have to remember how to say that.
You're not gonna. Oh yeah.
My brother Zach used to say that shit all the time, and I'm like, you sound like you're moaning. Stop doing that in front of your sister. Gross, gross. Noun.
Blake Lively.
Oh yeah, fuck that bitch.
That bitch. Fuck you, Blake.
Adjective.
Loose.
Ew. This is gonna be good. She's gonna be loose in your anus. That's what's good. Jordan, you can't say that.
Shit. Oh my god.
We're so tired.
We're like toddlers tonight. She's crying.
Can you give me a plural food, please?
A plural food?
Yeah.
Placentas.
Sticky.
Gross.
An adjective. Wait, you eat placenta? I mean, people do. Never mind.
That's what I'm saying.
Keep her moving.
What did you say? A describing word?
Adjective, yeah.
Stretchy.
Animal.
Elephant.
Clothing item.
Shoes. Sneakers.
Sneaks.
Actually, no, let's change that. Scarf.
Noun.
Condom.
Random object.
Flashlight. Go with this.
Wait, you said flashlight?
Yeah, flashlight. A random flashlight. Flashlight, yes.
Flashlight or fleshlight? Enunciate.
Ferret.
Nickname.
Pinky.
Cute. Adjective.
Hagrid.
Wait, that's not a adjective.
You look Hagrid. You never heard someone say that?
Like someone, well, I'm not gonna say it. Someone save it for mine. But
okay.
you look Hagrid. Okay.
You look Hagrid.
Verb, but it's in past tense. So like I think like I ran or like ran.
Tooted. Like I tooted.
That'll work. Plural noun.
Porter potties.
Man, she's getting it in the porta potty. I hope. Adjective.
Dingy.
All right, dingy.
Dingy.
Place.
Place. Connecticut.
Connecticut. That's how I spell it.
What?
That's how I remember how to spell Connecticut. Connecticut, I think. Vehicle.
Aston Martin.
An Aston.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. An adjective.
Flexible.
Every time we say these answers, I think of John Cena on Billy Allen because he was coming up with them so quick and like say a nickname, Billy Bob Joe.
Yeah, Bob Joe.
Just so quick about it. Noun. We're almost there.
Fallopian tube.
Okay. This next one you're gonna have to get a dictionary. I need a superlative adjective.
A what? A what? A superlative
Adjective.
describes something as being the best or worst of its kind. For example, you might describe a student as the tallest in class or a joke as the funniest.
So it has to end with an EST, basically. You are the fattest. Got it. Emotion. Okay. Plural food.
Kiwis.
And TV show.
Wait a minute. I'm going to change that last one. Rump roasts.
Rump.
Roasts.
Roasts. Okay, got it. And then TV show is the last one.
Ugly Betty.
Ugly Betty. Okay.
I've never seen it. It just popped into my head.
Dude, I'm going to lose my shit on this one. I can feel it. Okay. Submit. The wild adventure. One day, my rough boyfriend decided. Sorry, just over. So I could look looking at you guys. One day, my rough boyfriend decided to go on an adventure to my anus. Fact, his favorite Blake Lively and a loose snack because, of course, you can't adventure without placentas. As he walked through the stretchy forest, he heard a strange "Hiya!" I was trying so hard to not look for that because I wanted to sell it. Oh, okay. Suddenly, an elephant wearing a scarf jumped out and said, "Give me your condom or else." Being
Condom.
oh, this hurts. Oh, that's not the story. Ryan, we have to get through this. Being the haggard person he is, my boyfriend responded, "Not today, Pookie," and pulled out the fleshlight from his pockets. The ferret was so surprised that it tooted away, leaving behind a treasure chest filled with porta potty. He opened it and found a map leading to a dingy secret Connecticut. Without hesitation, he hopped onto an Aston Martin and raced off. When he got there, he discovered a flexible fallopian tube waiting for him. It said, "Congratulations, you're the fattest adventurer ever."
That was phenomenal.
My husband returned home feeling happy and couldn't wait to tell me about his wild day. He ended the night by eating rump roasts and watching his favorite Ugly Betty. The end.
My God. That was beautiful. That was
so good. It was so good. All right, we gotta do one more for me.
I like this podcasting thing when both of us are so exhausted between work and everything else in life. Oh my God, my face was as red as like a cherry bomb.
I also love that we don't try to hide it.
No.
Like, you don't show up like, "Hey, everything's fine. Let's go." No.
Sorry, y'all. You get this raw and real and unfucking filtered.
Like, we work. Like, this isn't our job. Like, we do this for funsies.
Yeah. Funsies. Oh, that was beautiful.
I love
it. All right. So I think, like I said, I have read 2 of these questions.
Absolutely. Or vodka. Okay, what do you
All
got?
right. So how about going to the doctor?
Oh, this could be good or bad.
All right. I need an adjective.
An adjective.
Yeah.
Lumpy.
What?
Lumpy.
Lumpy. How? I need to learn to spell. I need a place.
Your mother's butt. Specifically, your mother's butt. But
An adjective.
wobbly. No, snazzy.
Snabby.
Snazzy.
Snazzy. I need another adjective.
Goopy.
Goopy. Piece of clothing.
Stocking. Or no, panty. Put pantyhose, because that's funnier. Sorry.
Body part. 3 of them.
3 body parts. Eyelash. No, that's the second.
That's not a body part. Is it? I mean, maybe.
Cleavage, big toe, and forehead.
Adjective.
Soggy.
Noun. 2 of them.
Warthog.
Another noun.
Puke bucket.
Nasty. Place. And an adjective.
Kardashian-esque. That could describe somebody.
My God, that's cringeworthy.
Is it?
All right, going to the doctor. Every year, you should go visit the doctor. It is a very lumpy visit. Usually, you have to skip going to your mother's butt to go. Your doctor is usually a snazzy man or woman who is wearing a...
No. Oh, no.
Your doctor is usually a snazzy man or woman who is wearing a beautiful pair of goopy pantyhose. They will look at your cleavage, big toe, and forehead. Sometimes they can be very soggy afterwards. They will give you a warthog and a puke bucket, and your mom or dad will take you to the mountains as a treat. All in all, the doctor's office isn't so Kardashian-esque.
Oh, that's lame.
That wasn't that good. That wasn't that good.
That was really good. But you know what? It's, we'll get better with it. I'm going to start writing down adjectives now because I'm going to hyper.
It should be like a thing we can do once in a while, just for laughs, you know?
Yeah, I think that was fun.
Yeah.
All right. I wasn't looking forward to being angry, but it's about to happen.
Yeah.
Buckle the up, buttercups, because this shit's wild.
Well, all right. So again, I have only seen 2 of these. Just gonna throw out that one involves an animal, the other one involves some sexy time stuff. So I think I'm gonna get us started with this sexy time one. And then shit's gonna get real, y'all. Real. All right. So, to toy or not to toy? That is the question. I like to spice things up in the boudoir. My boyfriend seems jealous that I like sex toys during sex. Is it bad? I mean, to be honest, he can't always get to the finish line. So why not bring them in to get me there?
First of all, whoever keeps using words like whoopee and boudoir,
That mad props.
like,
It's very
you're doing
weird
this
of
on
you.
purpose to be really weird, and I love it. Don't stop. But also, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's mad that she wants to bring toys into the bedroom.
He's mad that she's always bringing toys to the bedroom. That's how I got it. Because he
Well,
can't.
I mean, happy wife, happy life. No,
I mean, I could go either way with this. Like, I think it's fun to spice things up. I mean, who doesn't? Sometimes you go too quick in bed, or maybe your girl has a cavernous coochie. I mean, I don't know. Things happen, you know? Is anybody in there? I don't know.
no.
I don't know. Whatever the case may be. I mean, I don't particularly see anything wrong with it. Now, if you start to prefer toys over sex, that would be a problem. That'd be a little bit of an issue. But I mean, I feel bad for this dude because I'm glad this person didn't put their name, and I don't think I would have said it anyway, even if they did, because that would just be completely demasculating in all aspects. I don't see anything wrong with it. Like, toys can be fun.
I think it can be fun. I think so. They did remind me. Did she say or whoever say that that they sometimes don't finish?
She said, my boyfriend seems jealous that I like sex toys during sex. Is it bad? I mean, he can't always get to the finish line.
Like, get her to the finish line?
Yeah, that's how I take it. Yeah.
Okay. But
So
yeah,
it's going a
that
little
makes
too quickly.
well, yeah, and that makes a difference. So, I mean, maybe you do a little more foreplay.
Excuse sir. Have you tried Blue Chew?
Hey, Blue Chew, sponsor us. We'll talk about
Blue Chew. We got you.
talk about sex all the time. Just
All the time. We need to hashtag Blue Chew with this. At Blue Chew, yeah.
Oh, we will. It's fine.
um,
I mean, it doesn't cost anything unless we make sales. So just let us know.
exactly.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Just,
100%.
But yeah, so I think, maybe they need a little more foreplay in their life. Maybe she needs a little something, that he can provide, maybe without the toys, and try to get her there. And then, because I don't know about you, but most, as a woman, I mean, even if I get what I need, like, no one ever does it at the same time. And then if you say
No.
you do, fuck yourself.
I think it happened one time in my entire life.
Yeah, and I bet
And
that
it was a struggle for me to stay that long.
Ugh.
Like,
But I bet it was really cool, though. It was really cool.
it was really cool. It was an interesting feeling, but again, like one time in my entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so maybe a little bit more foreplay, and then, try that. And then if he's not down for that, or he's, that we're still not getting, or just be like, hey, I love you. I appreciate everything that you're giving me. Just help me with this. Or I don't know if his hand's on the thing and helps with it, but there's got to be a way.
And we just need to keep it real and be like, I need Tonto the Tornado tonight because you're just not doing it.
So
You know.
oh my God, that's my favorite thing you've ever said.
I don't know. I'm 60-40 yes on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
like, don't
yes
be selfish. Like,
Yeah.
figure it out.
like, just you need to, like, this is one thing I think couples need to get more comfortable with talking about sex, and I think a lot of people are, but like, I mean, I'm really having a conversation about it. Like, what do you like? How can you make your experience more enjoyable? This is how you could make my experience more enjoyable by, like, I don't know, brushing your teeth. You were so tired.
Oh, we should do this.
Oh. Good one.
Coming over and grab a whip. Let's go. Yeah, no, 60-40. But I mean, I hope it gets better. I don't know. Maybe try one of those sex therapist people where they have you do stuff to make it last longer, if that's the issue. Or there's a whole array of things that could be going on. I don't know. Maybe you just work too much, so you just want to get in, get on, get off. I mean, I don't know.
Hi, Father. If you are watching, you're not going to want to hear this next part.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So when it comes to Blue Chew and like, Viagra, that type of stuff, I am a very much on the no train, just because here's the problem. It takes forever at that point. I ain't flopping up and down on top of you for 4 hours. I'm like a in and out kind of girl. Like I'm like 10, 20 minutes. I am so happy with that. And then I can go to bed.
Girl, this is not In-N-Out Burger. Can I get a biggie bag? Like, what? This is not fast food we're talking about. I mean, I'm a 15, 20-minute guy, and I'm thrilled with that. Yes. But don't get me wrong. Sometimes you go out, you come home, the kid's not around, or in your case, the cats. And you just want to hop on the truck and head on down to Pound Town. You know what I mean? Oh, my God. Mom, I'm sorry. My dad was telling me, he's like, well, I'm going to yell YouTube into my remote and I'll watch it. So you're seeing this, just know, obviously, that's how I got here. And yeah.
The bees do it. The birds do it.
Yeah.
Your neighbor down the street does it. God knows who.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to go for 4 hours either.
That's a long time. I mean, I know that's
time.
I don't have the stamina.
I'm
literally
dying. No. This isn't 50 Shades of Grey, and even then it didn't last that long.
Ugh.
No. Yeah,
anyway.
So yeah, 60-40, that's where I stand with that. And try Blue Chew.
Yeah. Unofficial sponsor. I'm going to reach out to them as soon as I get done.
Unofficial.
Swear to God. All right.
So why don't you read me, well, you've read the other two. I've only read the one about the pet. So which one do you think is worse out of these next two?
Pet.
All right, so read the one I haven't heard or seen yet.
Well, wait, you want me to read the pet or the one about the wedding?
Well, the one I haven't read is the wedding one.
I think so. Yeah, I couldn't remember which.
Yeah, I've read the pet one. So do you think the pet one or this wedding one is worse?
The pet one's worse.
Okay, so let's move into the wedding.
Okay. All right. Okay. My maid of honor stole my wedding, literally. I wish this was a joke.
Wait, what?
Sorry. My maid of honor stole my wedding, literally.
Okay. Yeah.
I know, but I wish this was a joke, but I'm devastated and furious. My fiance and I have been planning our dream wedding for over a year. We had the perfect venue booked, the date set, and everything was coming together until I got a call from the venue last week confirming that they had processed my wedding cancellation. Except I never canceled anything. After a full-blown panic attack, I found out the actual villain behind this nightmare, was my maid of honor. She had called the venue, pretended to be me, and canceled my wedding. Then she rebooked the exact date for herself.
Fuck off! What?
Oh my God. Because apparently she and her boyfriend, not even fiance, just knew it was meant to be and didn't want to wait any longer. I'm completely speechless. This was my best friend. She stood next to me when I got engaged. She helped me pick my dress. And now she's stealing my wedding date, my venue, and probably my caterer too. She texted me acting like it wasn't a big deal. I didn't think you'd mind that much. You can always pick another date. I feel betrayed beyond words. My wedding is in ruins. The venue is now unavailable, and I have to start over with months to go. My fiance is livid. My family is in shock, and now I don't know what to do. Do I expose her, take legal action, show up at her wedding in a white dress and cause chaos? Yes to all of the above.
Is there more?
No, I'm speechless.
First of all, they're not having a wedding because I'd bury both of them. 100%. You'd be dead. 1. 2, what the kind of bitch ass friend is that?
Wait, let's back up to the venue, okay?
Like, why didn't she call and say, my friend canceled this, this is bullshit?
Like, shouldn't there be, like, paperwork? Like, hey, if you're canceling your contract, like, when you can't even cancel a Planet Fitness membership unless you take your fat ass in there and do it. They're like,
totally true.
Couch, Linda, get your ass in here.
Oh my God. Listen, you know what though? You see stranger shit like that happen on like People's Court and Judge Judy and all that weird shit. So this shit legit happens. That's
yeah. I would sue the venue. Honestly, I'd be like, like you should have made me come in and like show my ID, something. I mean, I know it's not a normal practice for people to steal people's dates and shit, but you know what? If you want it bad enough, that venue must have been dope.
If I was her friend, I would give her the headlock boob throw and beat the shit out of her.
What's a headlock boob throw, Ryan?
It's, well, hopefully her boobies are big enough she'd grab her by the head. Yeah. I mean, like, I'd kick her ass. And as the male, like, I would assume, like, the one who was supposed to have the wedding versus the one that stole it, that the husband and boyfriend are friends because the girls are best friends, I'd whoop his ass too.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's bullshit.
Oh, you just went straight East Coast with that.
What?
Like, would you say you'd do what to him?
I'll whoop his ass.
You were like, 2.
I'll whoop his ass too. Yeah.
See?
Bullshit.
That's the thing.
Yeah. It's the little bit of Boston. I'm in Western Mass. Well, Connecticut. But I'm in New England. So sometimes that Boston shit comes out. You just got to let them know. We don't play.
You're going to hear me say, I've already said it a million times already, but I always say the word dunks because that's the only word I can say like semi like you say it. Or I might be exaggerating it, but I love it. And it's the closest I can get to being a masshole or whatever.
We go to dunks a lot.
Dunks.
Wow. I feel, yeah, I mean, I guess sue the venue.
That bitch, but like the venue should...
And if the caterer, like, what? I'm angry for this person. I don't even know who the fuck this is. Like, my wedding day was perfect. Like, she wanted to elope, and I was like, I'm doing this one time. And if it doesn't work out, never again.
Yeah.
And it was, like, a little under 30 grand. But it was the best day. I mean, it was so quick. I remember, like, an hour and a half of it, because it was just, like, show up, take vows, pictures, while everybody had cocktail hour. And then it's like, you got to go around the thing, the 200 and some odd people that were there. It was a lot, but like, I remember we got to dance a lot and my bar tab was only like $88 because everybody kept buying me drinks.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. But I had a buzz at one point. And it was like right at the end of pictures. And then it was just like boom, 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 something. It was crazy.
My husband, I have to tell you, my husband did the coolest thing. And I didn't expect this out of him at the time. But we were just in the reception. You know how you get separated because you're talking to this person and she's talking to that person, and you're trying to make your rounds and just be like, thank you so much for being here. It's a big day. Well, he came and got me, grabbed my hand. He said, come with me. And so I follow him and he takes me back to our head table because everyone's on the dance floor or at the bar. And he takes me back to the head table and we sit down and he goes, I want you to sit here and I want you to take all of this in.
That's nice.
I love you, Kyle. You're probably not watching this, but I love you.
I turned into Grimzilla the day of our wedding.
No way.
I did. I went and I was like, this is not what I wanted the centerpieces and the glow beads and the water to look like. I did. Sarah, she was the wedding planner. You did an amazing job. I bought them shots at the end. Her and the dude that was her I did. I was like, that's not what I meant. And then I went and like redid the table and I was like, I want them all to look like this. That's not me at all.
Right.
I'm not that dude. Like, yes, I don't like to get dirty, which is why I do customer service, everything. I love people. I don't like to get dirty. It's just not my thing. But I'm totally that dude who'll hop on a quad or a snowmobile and go mudding or snowmobiling. Comes to changing oil, you're lucky you're going to get me to change a tire, and I can't wait to wash my hands when I'm done. So, but yeah, dude, no,
one bridezilla moment, I'll tell you, and it was the day of, it wasn't that bad, and it was mostly private, but I had a friend, she's now mostly a former friend. I mean, we're on Facebook, but we don't really talk anymore, but she and her then husband were in our wedding, and they were separating at the time, and so she, weeks before was like, if you don't want me there, I get it. Like, she was trying to back out. And I'm like, girl, I was like, nope, I want you there. I want you there. It was going to throw off the whole flow. And I did genuinely want her there because at that point, I didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate what was happening, but I'm like, well, she's still my friend. And I asked her to be in there for a reason. I didn't just pick her just because she was married to that guy. Like, and like, we loved them both at the time. And so anyway, I was like, nope, please be there. And so she was there. And then after getting ready, we had a little bit of time where we were just kind of getting a few photos. And I didn't necessarily need them in front of me at this point, but we were at a hotel getting ready, and they went down to the bar, and they came up, and I saw her with a drink. And back then we partied quite a bit. We were always drinking and stuff. But at the time, because of what was going on in her life, I was worried that she would get too drunk and like make a fool of herself going down the aisle. Like at that point, she hadn't shown me that she would do that, so I just kind of like built this up in my head. So I do feel a tad bad. But so they walk in, and like, I don't know if we like had to go or if the photographer was like, hey, we got to go because they're the timekeepers. If you don't know, if you're planning a wedding, your photographer is the timekeeper. So if they tell you don't have time and we need to shift things around, you listen, because they know. They've done it a million times. Sorry. But anyway, so they come in with drinks. And I see her with a drink, but like there was 3 of them. And so I directed it at all 3 of them. I was like, we don't have time for drinks right now. and my friend Allie, Allie.
Yeah, I love Allie.
Allie was like, okay. Then I immediately felt awful. And then I was like, okay, I just need a minute. And then I walk away, and then I waited for the other 2 to go away, and I grabbed Allie. I go, I'm so sorry. I saw who with a drink, and it freaked me out. And I still apologize to her profusely to this day. Allie.
She wasn't drunk at all, right?
No, but I was worried that it could get there.
Listen, I had somebody, and I'm not going to name her by name on our podcast, who happened to be lying on the ground 3/4 of the way through our wedding because she had a few too many.
Yeah, I mean,
we're knocking off now. It's
you get it, girl. Like my other best friend Jenny. She was dancing.
Jenny.
Oh, you know Jenny.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, she was dancing on the dance floor at one point, and she did get a twirl, and she was falling, and then our friend Steven caught her in midair. It was awesome.
That's what's up. Can I also say, when we're on the topic of weddings, I had this big issue: no flip flops. At almost $30,000 event, the last thing I'm gonna hear all day is,
"So you be barefoot."
That's the sound I'm going to hear later, not at my wedding. Just throwing that out there. Like, no. And people were like, really? No sandals? You can't tell us what kind of shoes to wear. I'm like, yeah, I can. Put on, I don't care if it's a 1/2-inch heel or if it's a freaking 6-inch one. Put on a heel. That's all I asked for. I said, once the ceremony is done, we're done with dinner, take your freaking shoes off, bust a move. Do your thing, but no.
Yeah,
that's tacky. I think it's tacky as fuck.
All right, should we move on to this story?
Oh, yeah, we should move on to that. I'll remember this. We'll talk about it on a different day. Yeah.
All right. So I want to hear from you people. Okay, like I am outraged by this. I don't know if anyone else will be, but I am. So, all right. The title is "Fired Over Fluffy." People are getting better at the titles, by the way.
Yes, we appreciate that.
I've been working from home for the past 2 years, and honestly, it's been great until now. My cat, Mr. Pickles, loves to sit in my lap during Zoom meetings. Sometimes he pops his head into the frame or casually walks across the desk, but I never thought it was a big deal. Apparently, my manager disagrees. Last week, they pulled me aside after a meeting and told me that my cat is a major distraction and that it looks unprofessional. They even went as far as to say that if I want to keep my job, I need to get rid of my cat. What? I thought they were joking, but nope. They said it's creating the wrong impression and that I need to have a dedicated workspace free of pets. I argued that plenty of people have kids, dogs, or noisy backgrounds in meetings, and they wouldn't budge. Now I'm torn. Mr. Pickles is my best work from home coworker, and frankly, he contributes more than some of my actual coworkers, but I also need this job. Do I stand my ground and keep my cat, or do I have to make an impossible choice between my pet and my paycheck? You're keeping the cat. This is insane. Like, I'm sorry.
I'm so angry First of all, it's probably not legal. But
Yes.
number two, you work from home. You're not performing brain surgery.
Exactly.
What is the problem with having a pet? Does that mean I have to get rid of my dog when she barks? No. Do you know what happened when my dog barked when I worked from home for 5 years? There's Dublin or Bailey. They knew the names of the dogs. Like, I don't give a shit what anybody says. A pet is a part of the family. And to be honest with you, I like my pets more than some of my family. So,
Like, if I have a baby, you're gonna tell me I have to give my baby up for adoption?
nah.
Like,
No.
are you shitting me? Like, yeah, like you said, it's not legal. I think they probably just tried to pull some bullshit. Like, if you don't question it, that's the thing. You need to question it. Just be, know your rights. Do some googling, whatever. This can't be real, right?
I'm tired, so I'm even more cranked up about this situation. It is absolutely astonishing to me that any company would say something so shitty to an employee. You're pieces of shit, and you shouldn't even work. Yeah, find another company to work for that values you and your damn pet. I mean, I don't like kitties. Not that
Like,
one
I
anyway.
love how they went straight to, hey, you need to get rid of your cat. How about you just close the cat out of the area if possible? I mean, maybe that's not an option. Maybe they live in a studio apartment and there's no doors. That's very, what are you gonna do? Lock them in the bathroom all
Maybe
day?
your boss isn't getting no kitty.
Oh,
You ever think of that?
roasted. Got him.
Roasted. Disrespectfully. An asshole.
Very disrespectfully.
So
Yeah.
mad about it.
I'm sorry. That's insane.
It's awful.
I have
They're-
3 cats. I've got Parker, I've got JMO, and I've got Boo. And I love all of them, and they would be in here right now, but guess what? I'm doing this. And if they walked, would it be the worst thing ever? No, but I want to be able to focus on Ryan. Oh God, I'm like totally proving
Thank
their
you.
point. No, nope, I'm proving their point. I love my cats, and yeah.
You're not proving their point.
No, like
It's a part of the family. You work from home.
yeah.
Again, you're not performing surgery. So what if your cat walks by?
Like, why is that?
Now I can understand. Like, you can mute yourself on Zoom or Teams or any of that. It shouldn't matter. That's just shitty management. Just being assholes. I mean,
Yep.
Hundro, all day long. There's nothing okay about that from any perspective as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's
This is your home. You work from home. You show up every day. Again, my dogs have barked like excessively at times where I'd have to mute myself or, like I'd mute myself or shut my camera off. Like, oh, shut up, relax.
yeah.
Or I'd make them leave the room. Then you do that professionally, but
Yeah, and you think
your
that's
cat walks
okay.
by.
I mean, if they're distracting you and you feel like that's why I keep my cats in the other room is because I feel like if they come in, I'm just like, oh, come here, like I can't handle it, so I choose as the pet owner to be like, hey guys, go hang out in there for a little bit, and I'll be right out.
That's like being a parent. Do you know how many times my daughter has come in after school and said hi to me while I was on an end of the day meeting? Sitting on my lap and everybody's like, how's the princess? Like, I just feel like the companies that you work for, any company for that matter, should have some type of family value or just value you as a team member. And for me, your pet is a party. Like, I can tell you, the president of the company I work for is a huge dog lover. And I will tell you, they are his babies. And
Speaking of cats, they just made their way in here. Give me
I
Boo.
personally like J-Mo.
Yeah, he's cool.
I love J-Mo.
Outside. Come here, Boo. All right, she doesn't want to do it. All right, yeah, we want to hear from you guys. Like, what do you think about, any of these dilemmas? Put it
Yeah.
in the comments. We want to hear about it because this shit is
It's, my God.
all right, guys. Well, that was a wild one. We appreciate everyone being here. We want to hear from you about our dilemmas. What do you think about this cat situation and any of the other situations we talked about? Also, don't forget to send your own tea to us by going to the link in the show notes to submit your dilemmas, your questions, anything of that nature. And then next week, we are going to dive into
My favorite holiday.
yes, Super Holiday. This is a big one. This is going to be huge. It's going to be amazing. So stay tuned.
Yes, we got St. Patrick's Day coming up. We're going to talk about how people spend St. Patrick's Day around the world, different awesome drinks you can make at home, beers you can drink, parades, floats, all sorts of stuff. We're going to get totally into it. It's going to be wild. So thank you guys so much for checking us out. And as always, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and follow. And please don't forget to hit that bell. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you soon. Deuces. I'm going to bed. Bye, guys.